Yeah, what's going on, family? It's your man B Miles coming to you live once again with another video from the B Miles 84 Conscious channel. And this morning I'm going to come to y'all on this Sunday talking about how the Charlottesville protests has actually turned really violent yesterday, and I'm actually going to give you my take on what I saw. What I saw yesterday, man, I just saw nothing but a bunch of like Civil War-like type of behavior, and I'm also seeing like the far left against the far right. And you had a group of white supremacists who was actually walking out there a night before down in Charlottesville, Virginia. They was actually protesting up and against these statues. You know what I'm saying? I believe they might have been a part of the Confederacy. And they was actually walking there a night before talking about blood and soil. We will not be replaced. And they were walking at nighttime, you know what I'm saying, with torches. That pretty much reminded me, you know what I'm saying, back in the day how white people, you know what I mean, how like racist ass white people in the KKK used to walk the streets, and how they, you know, how they, you know, used to walk the streets with torches, and how they were like, you know, setting up torches for like, you know what I mean, at KKK rallies, and how they was ready to go out there and lynch niggas and all that, and how they was actually going to like bring a ring of terror of like, you know, walking in the light of like white supremacy. And they were actually met out there by like counter protesters a night before, and I'm definitely going to say like the following day, which was Saturday for real, how they met up against of like a lot of counter protesters that were out there. And pretty much what I saw, you know what I mean, I saw a whole bunch of white people that was out there fighting. And like again, like I'm telling y'all, it was the far left up against the far right. You had a group called Antifa and social justice warriors, and they were going up against the alt-right. And what I found out to be very amazing was that, you know what I mean, this big time white supremacist named David Duke, he was talking about this protest right here. It's a promise of like Donald Trump. And really what I'm saying yesterday, man, this is a part of Donald Trump's America, of how he gave these white supremacists a lot of like boldness, and how he gave them the green light to just go out there and just, you know what I mean, take a stand up, you know what I mean, pretty much how they taking their stance of like of having white supremacy being normalized and pretty much back into the forefront. And also what I did see out there, you know what I'm saying, with the counter protesters, it was nothing but white people. And I did see a couple of people. I did see a couple of black people that was out there, you know what I'm saying, with the with the RBG flags out there, and how they was met, you know what I'm saying, with them as far as like them being counter protesters. But I'm gonna say up on the far left, I saw nothing but I pretty much saw nothing but a whole bunch of white people out there going up against, you know what I mean, the alt-rights. And what I found it to be very amazing was that, you know what I mean, that bitch ass white nationalists with the alt-right, when they had that Unite the Right rally the following day, which was on the Saturday and all that, how they had like a lot of security, and how they had like a lot of police officers out there protecting them. And what I found it to be really amazing was that Richard Spencer is the main guy that is on the forefront, you know what I mean, with the alt-right, and how how this motherfucker pretty much ran. They said Richard Spencer, man, he literally fled the whole entire rally, but this motherfucker is going out there talking about how he's going to take his stance up on the alt-right, how they're going to fight against them. And I really got to give it the credit, you know what I'm saying, like when it came down to the counter-protesters, you know what I'm saying, white people, how they was out there fighting against it. And what I saw was nothing but bedlam and mayhem. And also, like they were saying, like 2 people died in the helicopter crash. And also, too, I saw how this white supremacist in his Dodge Challenger came down the street at full speed, and how he ran into dozens of protesters. And I believe that they said, you know, one of them died and dozens were injured. And to me, what I saw right then and there, it was nothing but pure hate, pure racism, and pure bigotry. Because Donald Trump has really emboldened these white supremacists of how they want to take their hate speech and how they want to call it patriotism. What I saw yesterday was nothing but racism disguised as patriotism. And if anytime they're going to have somebody that's going to ram these people in the Dodge Challenger, he's going to hit 2 other cars. And this guy literally injured dozens of people. And 1 person died in that peaceful protest, how they were fighting up against, you know what I mean, racism, bigotry, and hatred. And to me, it has no place in America. No place in America. And Donald Trump took a hell of a long time. He was not swift in talking about, yeah, we Americans first. This has no place, you know, in America, and how Americans, you know what I mean, we Americans first, and how we all got to come together. To me, that was nothing but a bunch of bullshit at their fucking press conference after Donald Trump was going on vacation, how he was up there golfing in Bedminster, New Jersey. That motherfucker was not sincere when it come about that. Donald Trump has literally gave the green light to white supremacy to go out there and to be terrorists and terrorize people and you want to be talking about you want to be talking about you want to be out there talking about these are our statues. We're not going to be replaced. Blood and soil. You're going to get white supremacy. A lot of you're going to get white supremacy. A lot of confidence. A lot of boldness. And for them to go out there and just fight up against people and talking about you want to have people walking around in torches and saying that blood and soil we're not going to be replaced. Because they want to take down the statues and all that. And that was when the governor talking about the white supremacists need to come home. And when I saw Donald Trump in that press conference, he was not sincere. Because what I saw the night before and the day after was nothing but white supremacy at a high, white supremacy on a high level. And they was on a high alert and how they actually met up against some counter protesters to say, no, we're not going to be going for that. You feel what I mean? And I'm talking about this is exactly what Trump's America is going to be all about. They was out there marching out there with those Make America Great shirts again. And they was out there just literally fighting each other. So pretty much when I saw it yesterday, I saw nothing but civil war. And I'm going to tell you this, black people, stay out of that shit. This, this has nothing to do with you. I do understand that you want to fight against injustice and bigotry and hate. But I'm going to tell you this, what the elder told me. You don't got a horse in this race. You don't have a horse in this race because I'm telling you, it was nothing but civil war against the far left and against the far right, and they are out there fighting one another. Like I said, I agree with y'all fighting against injustice, but when it comes down to the far left and the far right, that is nothing but white people going at it. And I'm going to tell you this again, stay out of those situations because you don't got a horse in this race. I'm telling you, man, because that is a part of the judgment of America. America right about now is being judged, and I'm telling you right about now, you don't got a horse in this race. Let them fight that shit out. Let them handle their own battles. It is nothing but civil war amongst themselves. And I'm telling you, after what I saw yesterday, don't get me wrong, I feel for those people that was out there peacefully protesting, and all of a sudden that these people want to be out there having violence against one another. And you mean to tell me that the alt-right leader, Richard Spencer, is going to duck and dodge this? And mind you, you already had a big-time white supremacist, David Duke, talking about this is what Donald Trump has promised. This is exactly what the fuck they wanted. And I'm telling y'all, stay out of those protests when they fighting one another. You don't got a horse in this race. It was nothing but civil war. It was nothing but a bloody mayhem of just like anarchy out there. It is crazy of what the fuck I saw. And I'm telling you, it is civil war amongst themselves. Stay the fuck out of it because you don't got a horse in this race. So, I had to put together this video up on the situation and all that, shed my thoughts up on it, shed some light up on the situation. Keep on liking and subscribing to my channel, and I always appreciate the love. And this is B Miles coming to you live once again from the B Miles 84 Conscious channel. One love once again. Peace.